The landscape of watching anime is complicated. To watch all of your favorite shows, or even most of what's currently airing, you need a subscription to Netflix, Crunchyroll, High Dive, Hulu, even Tubi of all places. You know, the site where shit like this is deemed acceptable.
At the end of the day, Ronnie, I am a man.
A man who's gay. You like niggas, get that through your head.
To some, that would seem easy, since there are hundreds upon hundreds of different anime titles available on each of these sites, but what if one of your favorites is on another app? You already have to pay like $13 for Netflix and then $8 for Crunchyroll, and God forbid they lock another one of your favorites behind a different site. Now, I can already hear many of you saying, well, Romcom, why don't you just pirate your anime like a normal person? And to that I say, how else have I been watching anime all this time? While yes, many people, including myself, watched an assortment of anime through fan subs and torrent downloads up the ass, even that wasn't completely accessible for me. What if I told you there was a time where watching anime on the internet didn't exist? Now, I'm not so old that watching anime online didn't exist, but I unfortunately didn't grow up with the luxury of having internet access in the house. So how did I and the weeb fossils of yesteryear watch anime? If you had cable, obviously Toonami and even the Sci-Fi Channel played anime, but that wasn't always guaranteed, as Toonami ended its original run in 2007. And all the Sci-Fi Channel ever played was reruns of fucking Sharknado, which is one of the movies of all time. Back in the day when my back didn't hurt every time I took a step, me and many other anime enthusiasts watched our anime by buying DVDs. Now look, I know some of you have no clue what a DVD or DVD player is, so let me school you on prehistoric times. Back before Netflix and Amazon Prime, we had to watch movies on these physical discs called DVDs, and in order for that to work, you had to get this doohickey known as a DVD player. You would go to the store, buy the anime DVD of your choice, come home, place the disc in the DVD, and then it would project onto your TV screen and you would, watch it like a normal fucking person. Okay, boomer history lesson aside, anime DVDs were usually how I watched anime before having access to internet and streaming services. And I know for some that may seem like a hassle and obviously costs a lot of money, especially the more you collected them over time, but the most wonderful thing about them was that once you bought them, you owned them. That show was always available to watch at any time of any day because you physically had the show in your hands ready to go. Unless it had a bunch of scratches and inevitably got disc rot, but you get the point. And let me tell you, anime DVDs were the coolest thing in the world. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys some of the coolest DVD sets that I personally own, ones that I wish I owned, and kind of go over the downfall of anime DVDs and Blu-rays in our current day. But before we get into today's video, I just want to tell you that I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/romcomsenpai. I am a VTuber and I stream a bunch of games. I'm a variety streamer. I stream horror games, RPGs, sports games. I talk about sports, talk about wrestling, I talk about anime, and all sorts of crazy bullshit. So if you would like to come shoot the shit over there and hang out, please feel free to follow me at twitch.tv/romcomsenpai. And if streams aren't your thing and you still prefer YouTube content, then follow my second channel, Romcom Deluxe, where I post all of the clips and videos that I make from those streams and post them in short form content for you to enjoy. Now back to the main video. First, we'll start off with these Bleach season sets. These were full season box sets released in 2008 and 2009. These sets are so sick because first off, they come in these slip cases and are honestly pretty chunky. They're about the size of VHS tapes, or honestly, maybe even 2 VHS tapes. Each set comes with 5 discs, and just look at the artwork and the design of these things. Each set is its own color, making it easy to differentiate on your shelf or wherever you store your DVDs. There's different art on each cover featuring Ichigo and another character of the main cast, and I love it, man. It brings me a lot of nostalgia, especially the season 1 set with Rukia and Ichigo just like all dripped out on it. It's so sick. Inside you'll find each of your 5 discs and some really dope artwork of different characters from the series, like artwork made specifically for these season sets, because I can't find art like this anywhere else in the show or the manga. There's also little text blurbs behind each disc that are cryptic and give hints to the show's plot. It's so cool. It's so cool. Each disc also has some Japanese text on it and is the same color as its corresponding season set. Again, super easy to tell each season apart. I love these sets, from the art to the giant case they come in. It's a shame that after season 3 they went for the more basic DVD set format, because like 12 of these on a shelf in different colors and each having their own cool art inside would look so fucking dope on display. I found these at a half-price books for like $8 a piece, so I knew for a fact I needed to get my hands on those. Moving on to a more basic yet charming DVD set, we have Cowboy Bebop: The Complete Series. This set looks pretty standard. It comes in a slipcase that has the same shit on it as the actual case does, but once you open it up is where I see a lot of that bebop style. Each of the discs in this set are made to look like vinyl records, which is super sick when you consider the soundtrack to Cowboy Bebop is a lot of jazz, blues, and old school music. You know, music you would normally find on vinyl records. You also get an episode list inside and some cool character artwork behind the discs, but the design of the discs always stood out to me and made a pretty normal looking DVD set feel that much more cool, and I honestly appreciate that. Sometimes it's the little things. I wish the ladies would appreciate the little things more. Alright. Death Note, the complete series DVD box set. This DVD set is also kinda simple, yet stands out on my shelf as being one of the cooler looking DVD sets. For starters, it contains 2 DVD cases inside of a bigger slipcase, and the slipcase itself is designed to kinda look like a Death Note. I especially love the little detail on the top of the case where they emulate the look of book pages. Again, it's the little things, it's little details that really make this shit pop. Once you take out the 2 cases within the box, you're greeted to some cool black and white art of L and Light Yagami respectively. I love the little screenshots of the series that blend into each character. It just looks so cool and really shows off how weird and unsettling this series can be. Inside, each disc is white with what I can only describe as fancy sketch artwork of the many different characters in the series, and to be fair, I think it's a very nice touch. It's something that makes me want to take each disc out and really, like look at it and see what details I'm missing out on just by popping one of these bad boys in and not thinking about it. Other than that, there's obviously the special features disc at the end of the set, and honestly, I don't remember what's really on it, but I'm sure it's the usual textless openings and endings, behind the scenes shit, and my favorite thing in DVDs in general, the anime trailers. You see, back when I didn't have access to the internet in my house, this was the way I was able to find out about other anime other than like Toonami on Adult Swim, so I scoured every disc to see what new shows I could find and possibly be on the lookout for. Honestly, I think that's how I found Full Metal Alchemist. I popped in like a DBZ Kai DVD and boom, there was Full Metal Alchemist Sacred Star of Milosh, and I was like, huh, you know what, maybe this show's pretty cool, and then I checked out the show and damn, classic. This was one of the first sets I ever bought and holds a special place in my heart as a show that strangely brought me comfort when I was going through some health issues, so this DVD box set means a lot to me and will always be proudly displayed on my shelf. I don't really know how Death Note is supposed to bring anybody any sort of comfort, but you know what, I'm a really sick human being. You know, we've gone over this before and I will not be reiterating anymore. Last on the list of my favorite DVD box sets I own, we have my absolute favorite one, the Yu Yu Hakusho season sets. Good God, these sets are so fucking cool. Each cover is simple yet very eye-catching. There are 4 seasons in total, and each cover has one of the 4 main cast members displayed boldly and proudly on the cover, with the color scheme matching the character. Again, it's just the little things. I'm able to tell each season apart just by what color it is and who is on it, but within each little slipcase is where the real magic begins. The reason these are my favorite sets is because inside each main case is 2 smaller cases holding 2 of the 4 discs in each season. Every one of these smaller cases has unique artwork corresponding to what arc the show is in. Just by looking at each cover, you can tell exactly where you're at. I don't know if these are all just the covers to some of the single sets they may have previously released, but damn, every piece of artwork on these cases can be its own poster. Most other sets either put all the discs in one case and just label them 1 through whatever, but the Yu Yu Hakusho set takes the time to make every case worth looking at, and I love that. I love picking up one of the cases and being like, oh yeah, that's where this fight happens, and then being able to pop in the disc and watch that exact same part that I was talking about because the case made me think about it. That's just really good design without outright telling you what the contents are. It also comes with this dope-ass pamphlet advertising all sorts of other releases from the time, like Dragon Ball Z Orange Brick sets, Love Hina, D Greyman, and even Afro Samurai on the Xbox 360. Jesus Christ, this thing is fucking old, and so am I. I love this set so damn much. It's one of the coolest things I own, and is usually the way I prefer to watch Yu Yu Hakusho anyway, so now I just need a DVD player to hook up to my CRT, and I'll be living the 2000s anime dream all over again. Now, those are just some of the DVD sets I own, and unfortunately in this economy, I cannot own every anime box set ever, so this next portion of the video will be focused on sets I think are really cool, but was too poor to buy, and probably still am too poor to buy them now, so Fuck it. The Dragon Ball Z Rock the Dragon Edition box set. This was a limited edition run back in 2013 that contained all of the original Ocean dub run of Dragon Ball Z on Toonami from 1996 to 1998. This is the dub with the Rock the Dragon intro, hence the name the Rock the Dragon Edition. Come on guys, keep it up, keep it up. You're not that fucking stupid. Come on, use your brains, use your noodles. The only other way you can own the original dub run was by buying the single sets, which are really hard to find nowadays. I'm lucky to have two of those, but only one of them is the Ocean dub. The other is the in-house Funimation dub they continued the series with. I love how cool this set looks and sounds. This set came in a huge board game ass case with Goku and Vegeta beating the fuck out of each other on the cover, and inside you'll find 9 discs and a 48-page hard book with the series history profile, character profiles, and Dragon Ball Z trivia. It comes with a Dragon Ball Z encyclopedia. How cool does that sound? Tell me how cool that sounds. Not only does it cover the first 53 episodes of the show, but also includes the original Ocean dubs for the movies Dead Zone, Tree of Might, and World's Strongest. All of this back then was around, I think, $100, but nowadays it's $700 on Amazon. Needless to say, I'll never own this set, and it makes me want to cry myself to sleep. Next, we have this really rare Full Metal Panic DVD box set. I say this is rare because every time I look up this set, I can only ever find this one photo of it, even though I've seen YouTube videos of people's collection with it in it. I really love Full Metal Panic. It was one of the anime I watched in like my anime blur period, where for like 2 years all I did was watch anime every day nonstop because I was like so new to it. Something about this box set looks super cool. The striking use of red and Best Girl Chidori smack dab on the cover of it. I don't know, but my body keeps telling me to buy it, but I have no way of finding this shit other than this one picture of it, so sadly I will never own it, and another reason to cry myself to sleep every night. I think I need to reevaluate my life. Last but certainly not least, we have the Neon Genesis Evangelion Collector's Edition Blu-rays. I want this set so fucking bad. Not only does it come with the entire show in Blu-ray, which didn't exist until a few years ago, but also comes with the Netflix dub, Japanese dub, and the original English ADV dub, something that isn't included in my standard edition Blu-ray. It also comes with a shit ton of artwork of all the main cast, and it just looks so cool. It just looks so good. Each case is correspondent to one of the AVA units. As an Asuka stan, I need to have the Asuka inspired DVD case. Like I need it more than I need air. I need it more than a Bill Super Bowl. Or maybe not that bad, but you get the point. The gymongous box it comes in also looks super cool, with its design inspired by the Magi computer system in Nerve. Look, anything Evangelion I just need to have, and I know it's a problem, but hey, at least I'm not addicted to drugs, okay? We all have our vices, and mine is Evangelion merchandise, or just Evangelion as a whole, to be honest. As far as I'm aware, this set is out of stock and is really impossible to find, much like the Evangelion Platinum DVD set that was originally going to take this spot until I realized how much I wanted this Blu-ray set when it first released. Sometimes I wish I was born rich, but then again, if I was, I probably wouldn't be making this video about how I scavenge for anime DVDs, now would I? Anime DVDs hold a special place in my heart. Anytime I go to a convention, I always love going to the vendors selling DVDs, and 9 times out of 10, I usually see something I've only ever seen online, or I find a girl I didn't even know existed. DVDs and Blu-rays used to come with a bunch of cool shit, advertising other shows and anime-related merch. They used to have so many special features and behind-the-scenes looks at how you could, how people made the fucking shows, and character profiles, and, building the world, and all sorts of shit like that. Nowadays, all you really get is the show. That's not to say anime Blu-rays aren't still pretty cool, because they very much are. The fact that you can buy Dandadan Season 1 on Blu-ray is great, especially since that show is easily available on Netflix, but being able to buy the whole first season and never worry about it being taken off of the service is a great feeling. Do I think 12 episodes is worth $25? No, especially when a lot of the sets I bought back in the day were 20 to 40 bucks and came with anywhere between 20 episodes to fucking over 100, like with Yu Yu Hakusho. Obviously, people are more fond of watching these shows on streaming services or just online in general, and that in itself is slowly killing the intrigue in physical releases. That and the fact a lot of the companies that produce these Blu-rays aren't great companies in general. While I love the idea of having almost the entire library of anime available at my fingertips with the click of a mouse, I still sometimes yearn for the good old days of going to the store store and buying some random DVD because the case looked cool, or searching for one of my favorite shows so I can watch it whenever I wanted. I'd still recommend buying sets for shows you really love just so that you can always have access to it regardless of a service taking it down or the internet suddenly going out. God knows that's helped me a bunch during Wi-Fi outages, and also just like with figure collecting or poster collecting, it's a cool way to show off your love of anime and give people a look at what shows you like and who you are. I love going online and seeing people post their collections and the stories of why they bought them, and a lot of the time I end up discovering an anime I never even heard of. So if you have the money, keep collecting DVDs and Blu-rays. If you don't, that's totally fine too. Just keep showing your love for anime. That's the whole reason I made this video in the first place, although I'm slowly regretting it because it just made me feel really old and out of touch, but hey, fuck it, I'm an anime boomer. What else do you want from me? I'm your friendly neighborhood rom-com senpai, signing off. As always, be kind, take care, and go Bills. I'll see you in the next one.